Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of System Shock Radio. I, as always, am your host Nigel, and first things first, I gotta start by saying Happy Father's Day to all the amazing, awesome fathers out there. So we're gonna get into it. Just a couple things. Of course, last night I was live for Nigel Dixie's Tales from the Labyrinth, so if you missed that, it is up. It is archived on the Nigelverse page over on both Instagram and here on Facebook, as well as on my YouTube channel. So go check that out. I've also done reviews and everything in this week as well, including for Star Wars and for Edge versus McFoley at Mania 22. So go check those out as well. So let's get into it. Not a whole lot of topics for you guys today. It's gonna be a pretty short episode, but uh, nevertheless, let's get into it. So, this first one is the best video games that I have never played but would like to. Now, if you remember correctly, a few episodes ago, I talked about movies I haven't watched. Well, believe it or not, there's video games I haven't played as well. And of course, those of you who know me know I'm a huge video game fan. So, I guess the fact that there's video games out there I haven't played is a bit maybe surprising, perhaps a bit sacrilegious, but be that as it may, there's a lot of video games that I have yet to play but would like to, and actually have either bought and just haven't played yet or haven't touched at all. So a lot of them include games like Resident Evil. Never played Resident Evil. I kind of would like to, but and from what I heard, the horror into that, because horror is not really my thing, but from what I heard, it's not really that bad. And plus, the acting in those games is kind of horrendous anyway, so it wouldn't be that bad. But there's that. There is Metal Gear Solid. Well, the rest of the Metal Gear Solid games, I played a little bit of the first one. Haven't really gotten to the other ones. There's a lot of games with sequels that I have yet to play, such as The Last of Us Part 2, so there's that. Never played a Final Fantasy game, but I do have some that I've bought for my Switch. So when I get to those, I will play them and, of course, review them for you guys as well. Starting off, I bought Final Fantasies 7 through 10. Now, with Final Fantasy, I was a little apprehensive, mainly because I wanted to start at the beginning, but then I realized the games don't really have a story. The thing about Final Fantasy is the story for these games is kind of in that realm where the story for one has no bearing on the other. They're their own individual stories. So with that, I guess there's no more qualms about it. I'm playing Final Fantasy at some point. So Final Fantasy 7 I'll start off with and then go through 10 from there. From what I heard, they're a lot of fun, but they're also pretty long. But that's not a bad thing. Sometimes you need a nice long game, and hopefully I'll have that and a good experience with that when it comes to Final Fantasy. What other games have I not played? There's a lot of games I actually haven't played. The Mega Man Legends games I've never played, or not Mega Man Legends, Mega Man X games I haven't played, but I would like to. I heard those are pretty fun. And so, yeah, just because a lot of them exist and I haven't played them doesn't mean I won't, and I definitely want to at some point to see what all the fuss is about. Now, some games I haven't played, and for good reason, because they're bad games. They're games that you probably shouldn't play, like Cyberpunk 2077, which I heard was pretty bad, and I've seen how bad and glitchy it is. So I probably won't play that one at least anytime soon. But yeah, other than that, other games I definitely do want to check out at some point. But the next one, speaking of video games, I want to talk about it's kind of a question, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Will there be a new Spyro game? So recently, of course, if you aren't aware, I've been streaming Spyro on Twitch as of late. In fact, I just streamed yesterday, and I'm going to stream later on today. So, join me for that. We're going to be finishing up Spyro 2. But, in terms of Spyro, things have been, ghost silent as of late. After, the Reignite trilogy dropped, then all of a sudden, Spyro was nowhere to be found, nowhere to be heard from. Anyway, and Crash they focused on. He's got like a whole new game, and pretty much like a reboot sort of deal that he's going through right now, and it's worked out great for him. But when will Spyro come up to the forefront? I'm not entirely sure. And the thing is that with the Crash game, they were still able to use that classic formula for a game and still make it interesting, introduce stuff that revolves around it. And I know that's kind of why Insomniac didn't want to make any more Spyro games, because he wasn't bipedal like a lot of other characters. He had to crawl around on all fours, so he couldn't like hold stuff and everything. But I'm sure there is something that can still be done to make a new, fun, and interesting Spyro game. So, will there be a Spyro game? I'm not entirely sure. If they were to make one, though, what would I like to see out of it? I of course like to see characters from within the Spyro lore come back, the such like his friends from Spyro 3, like Sheila Kangaroo, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, and Agent 9. Of course, there's the friends he made in Avalar, such as Hunter, the Professor, Alora, guys like that. In terms of villains, they could probably do either a brand new villain or bring back another villain. And the thing is, there technically was a Spyro 4. Of course, Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, the really bad one. But the thing about that is that the main reason why that was bad is because it was rushed, and there was stuff they wanted to do for the game that they couldn't do. There was supposed to be a lot more levels and a lot more to do. But an interesting premise is that the game was supposed to have was a team up where Nasty Nork teamed up with Ripto, which is surprising which means that Ripto survived being boiled alive in lava at the end of Spyro 2. So they were supposed to team up to take down Spyro. Now, I guess the sorceress from Spyro 3 wasn't invited, but having two of the biggest Spyro villains teaming up to take down Spyro, that's a pretty cool idea. And hopefully, if we do indeed get a new Spyro game, I want to see them go with that idea, because that's an idea I think could work, is a team up like that. We've seen villains team up before in the past, villains of different heroes and stuff teaming up to take down that hero. So seeing a team up like that would be pretty cool. And it was confirmed in Spyro 4 that Ripto at least had some knowledge. Well, by Spyro 4 I mean Enter the Dragonfly. It was confirmed in that Ripto had some knowledge of Nasty Nork, because Gulp apparently used to work for Nasty Nork, or it might have been Crush, either Crush or Gulp, one of Ripto's minions, used to work for Nasty Nork and begged for Nasty Nork to like give him a chance and everything. So it's implied that Ripto knows of Nasty Nork, so hopefully a team up like that would be possible and would be cool. Or another route would be another Crash Spyro crossover. Now, the first one didn't pan out that well, because they tried to implement ideas that weren't really consistent with what these two characters were all about, and it failed because of that. But going back to the roots and everything, and then making a crossover game between Crash and Spyro, using what we know and love about the characters in those regards, I think would make for a pretty interesting and pretty cool team up. But maybe that's just me. But do you guys want to see another Spyro game in the future? Let me know. But my final topic is going to be about self-reflection. Pretty much looking at yourself and seeing yourself, and then analyzing yourself. And I want to pull up the textbook definition here. Meditation or serious thought about one's character, actions, and motives. So pretty much analyzing who you are as a person, seeing what you have done so far and what you can do, seeing how your life is so far, and then what you can improve on. And I think it's so important, and it's something that a lot of people, it feels like, don't do, because they continue down the road with certain habits and everything, and they continue to destroy themselves, perhaps physically, mentally, emotionally, things like that. But being able to see yourself and truly see what you're doing and then going from there, I think is so important and so crucial to see how you are or what can be improved, what you've already accomplished. Now, not really self-deprecation where you're constantly talking down yourself, constantly talking bad about yourself, but it's self-reflection, seeing yourself and then seeing what about yourself stands out and what you like and dislike, and really uh, and truthfully analyzing yourself in that regard. It's very important, and it's something that would benefit a lot of people, myself included, which is why I try to self reflect as much as I can. But uh, honestly, it's something that I feel like if more people did, perhaps things would be better, but I don't know for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, not really a long one. I hope you enjoyed. This is your first time watching System Shock Radio. Welcome. If not, welcome back. And I will see you guys later. We got, of course, reviews and stuff coming this week. And we may do some more streaming. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming Spyro 2 later on today. We're going to be finishing that up. We're going to be braving the colds of the winter tundra later on today. But be as it may, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.